Honey, I got my hoops on. You cannot tell me anything today. Hey girl. Hello my beautiful Aries, how are you doing? My name is SimplyVelca and I'm going to be doing your weekly general reading this week. I also do your weekly love reading, Aries, which I'll leave a link to over here for you to check out at a later point if you'd like, but when it comes to any of my readings, rely on your intuition because put it in perspective, Aries, just a man reading some tarot cards to you. You know your situation better than I ever possibly could, so take the cards that resonate and leave what doesn't because I'm not going to be offended by it whatsoever, I promise you. If you find some cards that resonate with you though, be sure to let me know in the comments below, Aries, because that's how I keep up with y'all through the comments. I love hearing y'all's aha moments that you have with the tarot cards, and so yeah. Also, if you enjoy my reading, be sure to leave this video a like and subscribe because it does help out this channel a lot, and I always am super appreciative when you guys take the time to do that for me. And then finally, Aries, this is something just to give you some perspective for this week, right? This is your life to live and not mine, so I'm not here to make the decisions for you, right? On any aspect of your life when it comes to this type of general reading, of course, right? But with all that being said, let's just get into your reading now, Aries, right? The overall energy that we have for this week for you is the Page of Swords with the Ten of Cups. So, I like this energy because it's like I see the Page of Swords as a, normally I would see this as an immature energy, Aries, and I guess I guess in some aspect it is, but I feel like in this case it's a little just like a less refined energy. But it's like less refined because you're having to do something, you're having to communicate perhaps in ways that you're not used to. But it's because of this though, because you start exploring like the emotional side of yourself. Maybe you're not normally an emotional person, Aries, or perhaps you just don't let people in. But this Ten of Cups lets me know that you're probably exploring or opening up a little bit more in regards to your emotions to somebody, or perhaps just even exploring your own emotions. Maybe some of you Aries are just doing some shadow work and you're just exploring your own emotions, right? Regardless of what it is, I just like this energy. Now, you still also have to be aware, Aries, to not, you know, when you have this Page of Swords, right, I talked about like the optimistic side of things, but also it's still that unrefined energy, so you have to be careful about, you know, be careful about being spiteful, for example. Be careful, don't just say things that first come to mind, don't just react, you know, think things through. But you know, you'll figure your way out, I feel like, Aries. The cards that we have for you is the Chariot card. So forward movement, I like this. You're just going forward in life. You're not stuck in a rut too much. Justice card comes forward as well. Interesting. So perhaps you're in a rush to try to bring something into balance, try to get something back in working order again, perhaps like your family life, something that you hold closely to you, and that's why this Ten of Cups steps forward for you, Aries. Just an observation. We have the Six of Swords coming in as well, where you are walking away from some type of chaos in your life. Maybe that was bringing some type of imbalance to your family life, or whatever that Ten of Cups is for you, Aries. Maybe this is just like your own energy. Maybe you were stuck in a rut, right? I talked about the Chariot card where it lets me know you're not stuck in a rut, but maybe you're in this process of getting yourself out of a rut, because when I say rut, maybe like your energy and was just distracted or taken away to something else that just wasn't of service to you. So, you know, maybe you just were having to deal with some drama in the workplace, and because of that drama at the workplace, it was taking you away from your family, or because of that drama in the workplace, it stopped you from being able to further your abundance in some type of way, further yourself, further your own career, because you had to take care of drama rather than making money. Aries, right? Whatever it is, like, you're acknowledging the chaos in your life, you're acknowledging where you cannot be juggling things anymore, and you're walking away from things that are no longer serving you. Whenever you see the Pentacles energy, Aries, I always just see this about investments in different ways. And so right now you're looking at where you're spreading yourself too thin, I feel. So let's get into this energy now with some clarifiers. Page of Swords follows you again in between your energy of the Chariot card as well as the Justice card now, Aries. So again, with this emphasis in terms of just communication this week, I feel like communication is definitely going to be key for you this week to keep watch of. Hold yourself accountable of, Aries. Make sure what's coming out of your mouth is truly how you will feel 10 minutes from now, or a day from now, or a week from now, right? Don't just blurt whatever comes out, whatever comes to mind at first, is something I feel drawn to saying. Yeah, we have the Three of Pentacles coming in, and this is the energy between the Justice card as well as the Six of Swords. So could be dealing with some type of partnership. You know, maybe this is like a situation of where you were in a fight with your partner, Aries, or someone in your life, and it just kind of has been in an imbalance. I apologize, Aries. And you know, because there's this like, maybe for some of you Aries, I'm just getting like your partnership, like you got into a fight with like either like your actual partner or maybe like your employer or something, and that's because of that distraction there, it froze a lot of progression in your life. And so you're trying to, it's almost like you're trying to move on from some type of situation, some type of friction that's happened in your life. It's not bad energy, but you know, it takes, you know, if it does involve other party members, which I am suspecting with the Three of Cups, between the Six of Swords and the Two of Pentacles, it is confirming to me that it's like, if you're trying to get over this, it does take two to tango, Aries. It does take another party member to communicate with you. Now, the only thing that you can do that's for your part in the situation, Aries, is to ensure, I'm going to go back to this Page of Swords, communicate properly. I'm going to call some of you Aries out in that I feel like maybe some of you guys will have recently blurted stuff out just from like your feelings and then come to regret it later recently. And I feel like some of it's starting to bite you in the butt, right? Maybe that's what some of this chaos is, because you ended up speaking before thinking, right? Because you're just wanting to have your emotions heard and seen, which is not a bad thing, Aries, but you know, there's a proper way of communicating it, right? There's a level of refinement that needs to be had when you communicate your feelings and thoughts and all that, right? If you communicate angrily towards something, you know, what are you hoping to accomplish when you're speaking to someone angrily? Think about it if the roles were reversed. If you're trying to like receive a message from someone, are you going to receive the message clearly if they're just screaming at you, right? It does no good, right? Put some perspective in the situation, right? If you're trying to accomplish something, then set yourself up in the best way possible to get that result, right? So we talk about all of this, Aries. What blessings can we anticipate this week? What is it that we should put our focus on this week, right? Pulling these cards now. We have a lot of pages coming in for you. Honey, Page of Swords comes out the third time for you, Aries. Now, I swear to God, Aries, I don't know who it is that you are or may not probably be talking to, Aries, but watch your mouth this week, honey. Watch your mouth this week. And I say that with love, but it's just like, you know, when you have the Page of Swords coming out in every single freaking deck that I'm using right now, there's a reason for that to be coming in. So hold yourself accountable, Aries. Are you communicating properly? And if you have been, just this week, really pay attention to how you communicate. Maybe there's going to be something that comes into your space this week that's going to challenge your communication skills, right? Regardless of whether it is I talk about communication and I can't communicate with you properly, Aries. Regardless of what it is, this Page of Swords is really trying to get your attention, Aries, for you to look at. I mean, dare I say, even some of you Aries, just look up the meaning of Page of Swords just because of how prevalent it's trying to be in your reading. Just so you can like read the meaning of it as well, and you can really like internalize the meaning of it and just take it in, I guess. Page of Cups comes in as well, though. I was talking before about a lot of pages coming in, so a lot of new beginnings for you, a lot of new energy overall. Some of this new energy may be coming in as a person, right? The Page of Cups does represent a new person entering your life, or just the deepening of current relationships. And maybe that makes sense with this situation. Maybe it's talking about this situation, maybe you had some friction with like your coworker or something, and it's through this week that it's through this friction that's helped deepen some of the relationships in your life because of it. So don't be too anxious about this, which is what I'm seeing with this Nine of Swords, Aries. You know, don't get too in your head about it. Just as long as you communicate properly, you should be able to get this in the bag, right? If you already reacted a little bit and it's a little bit too late, Aries, you can still recover, right? You still just will rely on, you know, communicating properly and saying sorry when you need to say sorry. You know, admit your faults where there are your faults, right? If you know, depends on the situation, of course, right? But the Strength card does come in of where this is definitely something in this situation this week that you need to be paying attention to. Dare I say, just because of all the Page of Swords coming in for you, Aries, this lesson this week is a lesson in terms of communication skills and learning how to open up more, be a little bit more vulnerable, realize the world's not out to get you, but also just because the world's not out to get you doesn't mean that there isn't something that you can do to improve in yourself, right? Don't take this, how do I word this? You know, just because nothing is like actively trying to seek you and go after you, right? That your mind is like convincing you of that's where your anxiety is. Doesn't mean that you're a perfect being either, right? Just because you may not be hearing it from people, directly doesn't mean that there isn't something that you should work on, Aries. No, this is completely like just a side tangent, but that's all I want to say to Aries is just that when you have all these Page of Swords, communication is key. Something I just want to say as well is just like be willing to hear the other side, because when you have like this kind of like unrefined communication skill, just as like one of the components of why this might be unrefined is because you're not seeing it from the other perspective, or maybe you're a little bit too emotionally invested in the situation, so you're not seeing it with too unbiased of eyes, right? But yeah, that's the messages that I have for you, Aries. If this reading was of resonance, be sure to leave me a like and subscribe, and let me know which card called out to you the most. Let me know if it's Page of Swords, honey, because it came out 3 times for you. But yeah, I love you so much, Aries, and if you did enjoy my videos, I would love for you to share my videos with a friend if you think they might be into my messages as well. But until next time, Aries, I'll see you later. Bye.